Some dresses make you look polished the second you put them on. Others somehow make you look wider, shorter, frumpier, or simply look outdated. And the frustration part, at first glance, they often look identical. So today I'll show you exactly which design details make all the difference, so next time you won't wonder why a dress looked amazing online but disappointing in real life.
Be good, stay good.
Hello beautiful people, my name is Elena and I'm a professional stylist with more than 14 years of experience, and by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for in summer dresses, whether you're petite, curvy, conscious about your upper arms, or simply want your dresses to look more modern and expensive. Every chapter will give you one design rule you'll be able to use every time you're choosing a dress. So the first dress I'd think twice about is the classic jersey t-shirt dress. I mean those above the knee t-shirt dresses. And I completely understand why we keep choosing them. They look easy, they feel comfortable, they are stretchy, you just throw one on and go. But here's what bothers me. There's almost no design, no construction idea behind them. Very often it's just two pieces of thin jersey fabric stitched together. No shaping, no thoughtful construction, and the worst version is when brands add ruffles, flutter sleeves, or random draping. Soft jersey simply can't support those details, so everything collapses into visual clutter. So the real question is not should we stop wearing comfortable dresses? No, the real question is why did you want this dress in the first place? I mean, if you wanted it because it's stretchy and comfortable, choose a dress that keeps the comfort but also has thoughtful construction built into it. Like this one, notice how different the construction is. It has bust darts that create shape exactly where it's needed, a wrap style panel that creates a beautiful diagonal line, and the whole dress is designed to work with the body instead of simply stretching over it. Especially if you have curves, those little construction details make an enormous difference. The deep V-neck opens the upper body so your silhouette looks lighter and taller. The whole dress looks elegant and chic, but with the sporty and casual accessories, you can still make it look casual, not formal. This is what I mean by comfortable structure. And now, if what you loved about a t-shirt dress was the simplicity, go for a longer structured column dress instead. This striped dress is still very easy. It's not complicated, it's not overdressed, but because the fabric is thicker and the silhouette is cleaner, the length is longer, it holds the body instead of clinging to every detail. And notice the shoulder line here. This small extended shoulder gives the dress more shape and sort of architectural touch. So even though it's simple, it doesn't look lazy or flimsy, and the final detail is the length. This modern longer midi instantly elevates the whole dress. Together with the thicker fabric and the structured shoulders, it completely transforms the vibe. Or if what you really wanted was that sporty casual vibe, I'd go for a similar dress but in a trendy maxi length and maybe slightly flared cut. Now, technically this is not the same stretchy jersey fabric we were talking about, but I actually think it looks much more elevated than your average t-shirt dress. It feels sporty, fresh, and very current. Pair it with the sneakers, sunglasses, and a relaxed tote, and you have an effortless sport chic style summer outfit. Now, a quick reality check about this particular dress. It was clearly designed for someone taller than me. This is my height, by the way, so I'm not officially petite. And even on me, the armholes are a little too low and the dress is longer than I'd like. And that's exactly why I'm wearing a white tank underneath. It covers the deeper armhole and neckline, makes the neckline feel more secure, and honestly, I think it adds this sporty aesthetic, but I'll definitely have this dress hemmed because the length is not doing me any favors. And if you are petite, I I feel your pain. And don't worry, we'll get to the dress silhouette that works best for petites a little later in this video. Anyway, my main message here, instead of buying a thin jersey mini t-shirt dress and hoping it will somehow look polished, choose the version that matches the real reason you wanted it. Stretchy and comfy, look for thoughtful construction. Simple and minimal, go for a stronger column dress. Sporty and casual, choose a flared maxi dress. So the next design I'd be a little more careful with is dresses with multiple gathered tiers. Especially when you combine several gathered tiers with a busy floral print or another high contrast print. Suddenly, there's so much happening at once. Gathers, volume, movement, and print that the dress starts wearing you instead of the other way around. And because every gathered seam adds fabric, every tier adds width as well. So these dresses often look much bulkier than they appear on the hanger. And before someone says, but what about Zimmermann? Their tiered dresses are gorgeous. And you're absolutely right. I would happily wear one myself. I'm not saying these dresses should be banned, but here's the difference. Zimmermann designs these dresses for a very specific aesthetic and very often for very slim girls. Just look through their campaigns. You'll notice almost every model is exceptionally lean. That doesn't mean you can't wear them. It simply means you should understand what the design is doing before you invest in one. If you love that beautiful movement and femininity, don't give up on tiered dresses altogether. Look for larger, cleaner panels instead of lots of large gathered ruffles. And this amazing dress from Cezanne has a similar beautiful movement and romantic vibe, but instead of stacking lots of small gathered ruffles on top of each other, it uses broader, cleaner fabric panels in softer colors that sort of blend into each other. Not ruffles, but panels. It still feels romantic and flowy, but the volume is much calmer. And here's one of my favorite styling tricks. A button front dress lets you create those V lines. Open a few buttons at the neckline to elongate your upper body, then unbutton a few at the hem to reveal a little bit of your legs. Those two openings break up one large column of fabric into elegant vertical lines, making the whole silhouette feel leaner and much more dynamic. On top of that, the defined waist keeps the silhouette feminine, refined, and visually longer. So if you love movement and romantic style, don't automatically reach for dresses with lots of gathered ruffles stacked on top of each other. Instead, go for wider fabric panels and defined waist and details like button front that create beautiful vertical lines and longer, leaner silhouette. Or here's another completely different way to get that same romantic feeling. I love dresses with a subtle vintage feel like this one. The romance comes from the delicate floral print and the feminine silhouette, not from layers of ruffles and extra volume. It also has a button front design, so once again we can create beautiful V lines simply by unbuttoning a few buttons at the top. And if you are petite, this is a fantastic silhouette to look for. The waistline sits just a little higher, helping your legs look longer, and because this skirt is not broken up by multiple horizontal tiers, the whole silhouette feels much leaner. Then I love giving it a modern twist with the white sneakers, an oversized contrasting tote, and bold sunglasses. That little contrast is what keeps a romantic dress looking fresh and casual, so you can wear it every day without feeling like you're cosplaying a Jane Austen character. Okay, now the next design I'd leave behind is the dramatic high and low dress that's short in the front and long in the back. We all wear these about, let's say, like 15 years ago. I remember I had this exact kind of skirt, and back then it looked fresh and trendy, but today These dresses instantly date an outfit. The problem is not asymmetry itself. I actually love asymmetry. The problem is making the entire silhouette depend on one dramatic design trick. Instead, move that asymmetry somewhere more subtle, for example, into the neckline. These dresses have a beautiful asymmetric shoulder, which immediately creates visual interest around your face without making the whole dress look overly designed. Just a subtle asymmetric detail is enough. Or choose an asymmetric hem like this one. The interest comes from very subtle, very calm, barely there asymmetry, rather than from cutting the hem into two completely different lengths. And if you still love a little movement at the hem, keep it subtle. A gently curved and uneven hem still creates beautiful movement when you walk, but it doesn't scream this was fashionable in 2012. So if you love asymmetry, don't wear one huge asymmetric front-back hem. Wear a subtle asymmetry that's barely there. This dress is a beautiful example of modern asymmetric yet dynamic and flowy design. Now, let's switch gears completely, because button-up dresses are one of the smartest summer purchases you can make. I absolutely love button-up short dresses because they are one of the most versatile dresses you can own. Wear them button-up as a dress or wear it as a second layer over white jeans or a skirt. I love this bolder layering trick. But here's the mistake I'd avoid. When you are shopping for a classic short dress, don't just look at the design, look at how the fabric behaves. If it's too thin and lifeless, the whole dress collapses. The collar loses its shape, the sleeves just fall flat, and instead of looking polished, the dress starts looking tired. Now, once you've got that classic short dress covered, you can have a little more fun. For my wardrobe, I wanted a fresh take on the classic short dress. And this dress from COS is exactly that. The fabric is lightweight, but look how beautifully it drapes. It flows in smooth, elegant lines instead of collapsing into random wrinkles. Then there are the knife pleats. We call this type of pleats the knife pleats. The dropped waist, which is very current and very trendy right now, together they transform a basic short dress into something much more interesting without making it feel over-designed. And I love echoing those pleats with my pleated tote bag. Little details like that make an outfit feel so much more intentional. This is my favorite look today, and by the way, what do you think? Would you wear this elevated design of a short dress? What do you think? Drop a comment. And as always, all of the fashion pieces, all of the dresses that I'm featuring today, that I'm wearing today, everything is linked down below in the description box, along with all the needed information for you to recreate my outfits, and we're moving on. And before we finish, there's one question I get constantly asked about. How do you find a summer dress that's modern but also flattering if you're conscious about your upper arms? Take a look at these dresses. Yes, sleeves definitely help, but here's the detail most women overlook. What really enhances the effect is a small opening at the neckline. Whether it's a button front or a soft V-neck, it creates a vertical line that pulls the eye inwards instead of across the shoulders. Just compare these two dresses. Both are sleeveless, but the high neckline keeps your attention across the upper body, while the V-neck naturally draws the eye towards the center. So don't just look for sleeves, look for an open neckline. That's what really completes the illusion. And yes, that's exactly why I'd almost always choose a sleeveless V-neck over a sleeveless crew neck dress. This navy dress is a beautiful beautiful example. I love the rich color, but what really makes it work is the neckline. These subtle inserts straighten the V-line, so I don't even feel the need to add a necklace. And then another example, this is one of my favorite dresses for summer, this beautiful white linen dress. The pleated texture adds interest without making the dress feel busy. And a quick styling trick, this mesh tote has been with me throughout this whole video, and I use an old leather clutch inside it as an organizer so nothing gets lost in the bag. One of those tiny ideas that makes everyday life so much easier. Oh yeah, as you can see, I'm very proud of myself for this quote-unquote invention. And one last thing. I know I'm not plus size, okay? I know that. I know that I'm not even mid-size, but I use this neckline trick all the time because I want you to realize that this is not about hiding your body, it's about directing attention, and that's a styling principle that works on every body type, no matter your size. And remember, styling is not only about what you cover, it's also about where you guide the eye. And if you know someone who's always searching for the perfect summer dress, send them this video. It might save them a few disappointing purchases. You know the drill. Follow me here. Don't forget to check out my description box, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And you're still there, sitting in front of your screen. It means you are ready to watch another video. My recommendation would be 10 must-have fashion pieces that make summer styling routine so much easier. I'm talking about fashion for women over 40 because we'll be talking a lot about different styling techniques that sometimes our bodies need. I'm sure you would love this one. Click, see you there.